Alrighty, last review was Unbreakable, and as promised, I am doing Split now. So let's fucking go. In simplest form, this movie is about three girls that get kidnapped, and they're kidnapped by this guy that happens to have, like 20 or so split personalities, so therefore it's called fucking Split. And even though that sounds really basic, it's a really, really enjoyable movie. James McAvoy fucking sells it. Even though they don't really show all like the 20 personalities, they just like say it in some exposition. He's playing at least 4 different characters, and he sells all of them fucking greatly. It's amazing how great this fucking actor is, honestly. Out of the 3 main girls that get kidnapped, the main one that we focus on is played by Anya Taylor-Joy, and she's fucking phenomenal in this role too, especially with her character's backstory and everything that's like happened with her and shit. Same with James McAvoy, the way his character is written was so, fucking unique. Like both those characters are, it's refreshing to see movies like that actually take the time and the care out to flesh out their characters, to have their main protagonist be one way and have the antagonist be that way, just flipped. Like they both went through traumatic shit and they both come out differently. And I like seeing shit written like that. The character that James McAvoy plays, well, characters, I guess you could say, he sees this therapist, and this therapist has this one line, like early on, like in the first act of the movie, where how she deals with people with split personality disorder, and she says that it's almost like the next stage in human evolution, because some people with small split personality can harden their skin, they can get stronger just by thinking about it and having it happen. And I don't know, even though it's said like that, like maybe once or twice in the film, that really stuck with me when I first saw the movie, and it still sticks with me now, rewatching it now to make this review. Because that's really interesting, because it probably is like that. I don't know what it's like to have split personality disorder. I don't know any of that shit. But it sounds like believable, Like it's science fiction, but it's really grounded, and that's what I love about these fucking Shyamalan movies. In this universe, at least, how fucking grounded they are. Like this was just an interesting movie. It didn't have to be connected to Unbreakable in any way, shape, or form. I was perfectly happy watching this at theater day one. The soundtrack as well. The soundtrack really fucking complements this movie, bro. Like the soundtrack always gives you that eerie feel of something is not entirely true, like you're not getting the full picture of what's really happening, not only physically but also mentally inside of James McAvoy's head. The way this movie is shot as well, same thing with Unbreakable. You can tell that M. Night was fucking passionate about this movie with some of the shots he took. The camera angles wasn't crazy like that one curtain scene that I fucking love in Unbreakable, but it's shot in a way where it's like, long takes of just characters' faces and shit. Like you could tell like he wanted us to get invested in these characters, to really feel for these characters and live in their world, which is mimicking our world, I really like how he's directing these movies, because you could tell like these projects are really passionate to him. It's not like his other flops, which fucking Last Airbender, which I've never seen, and After Earth, which I made it through like 20 minutes and gave up. This movie did something to me that a lot of movies nowadays don't really have me doing, which is like, it made me more interested in split personality people and how that works, like how their brain works, how they operate, If that makes any type of sense to y'all. Awesome segue. The pacing in this film is fucking great. It's paced, in my opinion, it's paced way fucking better than Unbreakable was. And that's understandable, because Unbreakable came out in a different time period for different movies, Movies were different in 2000 compared to 2017 when this movie came out. Fucking 17-year gap, Jesus. But I really enjoy those movies' pace, because it's like, when it's not focusing on the girls being trapped, it's focusing on the main girl's backstory. When it's not focusing on the main girl's backstory, it's letting the audience unravel a little bit more what's going inside James McAvoy's head. It's always just giving you something to do. It's always keeping you active. It's always keeping you watching. It's never a dull moment in this movie. And that's really hard to say nowadays. In the end, although there weren't that many actors in this movie, they're all fucking phenomenal, especially James McAvoy. I cannot wait to watch him in Glass and see how he's gonna be. I hope they have more personalities, because I would love to see how much he's able to like stretch, how far his limitations are when it comes to acting in a single movie. Because you could tell in this movie, there are certain scenes where it's like you could see him switching personalities, and it's just all one take just on his face, and you could see him switching personalities, and that's just how fucking good of an actor he is. Like, it's just like little subtle changes where it's like, holy shit, this guy is fucking great. But yeah, this movie was a special movie, especially trying to go see it. That was fucking hell. You know what I'm talking about, the person I saw this movie with opening night. That was fucking hell, but it was worth it. Overall, I really love this movie, and every time I watch it, I always find enjoyment in it, and that's something really hard to do, because even movies that I love, after a while, we watch and you're like, okay, whatever, but Split, it's like, there's always enjoyment to be found with it. It's from the acting, the teachings of the therapist, or everything. It's just, this movie holds a special place in my heart, and I didn't realize that up until now, writing this review. In the end, I give this movie an 8.7 out of 10. It's fucking phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. I don't want to be that dickhead, but I like it a lot more than Unbreakable. Unbreakable is a great movie, don't get me wrong. But Split, it's just something about it, man. You gotta watch it to understand. Have you guys seen Split? Comment down below what you think about it. If you guys agree with my opinion or not, let me know. I love to converse with you guys. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Fucking Glass, baby!